In the meantime, President of the Rameshwaram Mechanized Fishermen Association, N.J. Bose, had said that the failure of authorities to release the 49 Indian fishermen who were arrested by the Sri Lanka Navy by the 20th of this month will result in Indian fishermen sailing to Talaimana in more than 750 trawlers flying white flags. According to the Hindu, N.J. Bose had said that this decision will be taken in order to press the Sri Lankan government to protect the livelihoods of Indian fishermen and allow them to enjoy traditional fishing rights in light of the arrests.
The fishermen resolved to set sail to Sri Lanka on the 22nd of June if the arrested fishermen were not released by then. The Hindu reports that following the recent arrest of 49 fishermen, including a 13-year-old boy, by the Sri Lanka Navy, Rameshwaram fishermen had decided to reschedule their fishing operations to stay out of trouble. In an emergency meeting chaired by Minority Mechanized Boat Fishermen's Association President S.A. Magaduvam, leaders of 11 fishermen's associations and boat owners unanimously adopted 2 resolutions to change the fishing timings and set sail to Sri Lanka. Meanwhile, U. Arulandam, President of the Alliance for Release of Innocent Fishermen, said that Jos Robert and Priya Banot from the Indian Consulate, Jaffna, visited the arrested fishermen in 2 courts. Arulandam further added that the detention of 49 fishermen raised the total number of fishermen arrested by the Sri Lankan authorities to 140 since January this year.
Moving back to news from here at home, a Bell 412 helicopter of the Sri Lankan Air Force made an emergency landing in the Katupotha area in Kurunegala today. Air Force spokesperson Air Commodore Andrew Jayasuriya said that this precautionary measure was taken due to a technical failure experienced in the helicopter.
The helicopter made this emergency landing at the Debaravava estate in Katupotha at 8:30 this morning. The helicopter was en route to an Air Force camp. The Air Force spokesperson said that a group of senior Air Force officials were on board the helicopter at the time of the incident.
At around 8:30 this morning, we heard a helicopter hovering over our houses. It was travelling very low. We saw the police afterwards. We inquired into the matter and we were told that the helicopter had made a landing in the Debaravava estate. We saw it. Those who witnessed it said that the Air Force commander was aboard the helicopter. Afterwards, another helicopter landed at the Tissa Central College in Katupotha and had taken him away from there.
The Air Force spokesperson said that repairs on the Bell 412 have been undertaken.
The topic at yesterday's Satana political debate program held at Stein Studios in Ratmalana was a national responsibility post-terrorism. Let's take a look at some of the views expressed at yesterday's debate.
You have to go to the foot of the tree in order to climb it. Thereby, you must start small to reach the relevant places. We do not approve of handing over Sampur. It is a part of our country and we do not approve of handing it over. We do not approve of handing over Palali. We need not have gone to war if this is to be the case. We might as well have handed it over to Prabhakaran. After all, he was from Sri Lanka. When we protest, we cannot start at the top and work our way down. We must start at the bottom and work our way to the top. If there are things that we can succeed in at certain times, then we must first attempt to succeed in those. An idea is growing within society that it would have been better if the tigers were here. If the tigers were here, Palali could not be handed over to India. We would have constructed the Kankasanture railway later without handing it over to India. We may have constructed the railway from Omanthe to Manna ourselves. If all of these were taken over by the tigers, we could have said that they were a group of our country. Now it is being handed over to foreigners, to China and India. We are handing over our skin for the competition. In the end, there will be nothing left for us. Fear arises when it is said that the solution of the 13th Amendment should be given to the North. They are not asking for an expressway or other such things. They are asking for dignity. What do our people say now? No police powers, no land powers. Why are they being treated differently? If anyone says that this will divide the country, then they have not read the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. They do not know about the Constitution. The 13th Amendment vests powers with the President. The President's representative is the Governor. He is the one who dissolves provincial councils.
The Central Bank of Sri Lanka says that it expects banks to reduce interest rates further. Nevertheless, issuing a communique, the CBSL notes that it will maintain its policy interest rates unchanged for this month.
The CBSL also notes that within the overall monetary expansion, the public sector has absorbed a greater portion of domestic credit in comparison to the credit extended to the private sector by commercial banks during the first 4 months of the year. The CBSL, however, expects that public sector borrowings during the remainder of the year will ease, and the adjustments of market lending rates would provide the required boost for longer-term credit growth to the private sector. Meanwhile, the CBSL notes that headline inflation year-on-year increased to 7.3% in May compared to 6.4% in April. The communique reads that taking into consideration the above factors, the Monetary Board of the CBSL was of the view at its meeting held yesterday that the current monetary policy stance was appropriate and decided to maintain the repurchase rate and reverse repurchase rates at 7 and 9% respectively.
The attention of the country's media has been focused on the issue of defamation laws after United National Party parliamentarian Harin Fernando said during a consultative committee session in Parliament that a system equal to the criminal defamation law should be introduced. Minister of Mass Media Information Kelly Rambukwala speaking in Parliament recently expressed these views regarding the statement apparently made by MP Harin Fernando.
I am thankful to Parliamentarian Harin. He holds a different view on the withdrawal of the defamation law. He clearly said that there has to be some sort of system. What he said was correct. There needs to be some sort of system to control this. Journalists once again questioned the Minister of Mass Media and Information at the media briefing on cabinet decisions held yesterday on the views allegedly expressed by United National Party parliamentarian Harin Fernando regarding the criminal defamation law at a consultative committee session of Parliament.
itu මම පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ ප්‍රකාශ කරේ. එතුමා හිටියනේ පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ. ඔව්. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔබ කියන්නේ ඔහු මේ නැවත මේ සාපරාධී අපහාස නීතිය නැවත යෝජනා කරා කියලා. ඔව්. වාර්තා කරලා දෙන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ කියනවා කියන එක නෑ කියනවා නෙමෙයි එතුමා යෝජනාවක් ගෙනාවා. එතුමා යෝජනාවක් ගෙනාවේ මම විශ්වාස කරන සත්භාවයෙන්.
The criminal defamation laws were used by the Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga government to harass editors of newspapers. There was an editor whose main occupation was not writing his paper or not editing his paper, but appearing in the High Court on various allegations. There are about 5 allegations made against him. As you know, a private party cannot file any indictment in the High Court. Now, this is a law which has been repealed, which has been taken out of the law books in all civilized modern democracies. By reintroducing these laws, we are going into the days of barbarism, where the media, where the politicians think that the media should be controlled by iron hand, so that they will not report anything which is adverse to them.
Let's take a quick look at the newspaper cartoon of the day.